Inside the lid of the control stand, we have a communication center with a Atkinson push-to-talk intercom and Sigtronic headsets. On the far right, we have our handheld radio remote receiver with the antenna on the top of the lid and a constantly recharging battery located in the lid. We'll talk about our control panel switches. In the top left-hand corner, we have our flow gauge. This will monitor the GPM flowing through the main tower pipe. Along in the middle of that, we have our system hydraulic pressure gauge, which will monitor hydraulic system pressure anytime we're performing a function for the aerial. On the right is our load manager. Green is the safe operation mode, yellow is caution, and red is overload moment. Talk about our switches. Radio remote control for the handheld unit will have to be activated with this switch. Rung lights for the blue LED lights located on the right side of the aerial for nighttime climbing. 110 volt tip lights at the tip of the fly section to be activated with this switch. If your generator is active and your circuit breakers are on. 12 volt tracking lights located just forward of the two lift cylinders on the aerial base section. Panel light will illuminate the panel for nighttime viewing. And aerial power switch. This is a three-way switch. In the center position, the aerial is not active. In the forward position, the aerial will be active and will be operating on high. In the lower position, the aerial will be active but operating at approximately 50% speed. Tip controls are located at the tip of the fly section. To operate the tip controls, the operator at the turntable control panel must push this momentary switch forward to enable the controls at the tip of the aerial. Emergency backup pump. This is a momentary switch, and it is the same backup pump that is operating the outrigger EPU system. Aerial override handles are located behind the door on the control panel. These override handles operate and move in the same directions as the top controllers. Outrigger knot extended light. If we were short jacked anywhere on the truck, this outrigger knot extended light would be illuminated. With outriggers fully deployed, the outrigger knot extended light will be out. The amber rung aligned light will pulsate on and off every time our rungs line up on top of one another. So it'll pulsate on and off as we extend and retract the aerial. When the light is on, that is your best climbing situation, to have a 14-inch transition between one section and another. The bank of 3 amber lights that we have here, 2 of them are illuminated right now. The aerial is in the bed, and my left rotation light is illuminated, and my right rotation disabled light is illuminated. When the light is on, it means that function is no longer available. So the aerial is in the bed. We do not want the aerial to be able to rotate. When I elevate the aerial up high enough to clear all body obstructions, all 3 of these lights will be out, and the operator will be able to operate the aerial wherever he wants. Below that are our remote switches for our water monitor at the tip of the aerial. For raise lower, right and left rotation of the monitor, and shape and stream of the flow. These are momentary switches and will return to the off position automatically. In the lower right hand corner of the panel is a red emergency stop button. If this button is depressed down, it'll stop all aerial functions. You'll still have 12 volt power on your panel, but the hydraulic pump for the aerial has been disabled. Anytime the button is down, the aerial is disabled. The button must be up to run the aerial. Controllers are clearly labeled on the panel for function. There's a lockout button below each control lever. It must be pulled up to unlock the handle, and then the handle can be moved. As long as you're performing a function, it's not necessary to hold the button on the bottom lock up. but if you're going to cross into the next plane, you must hold it up to get across to the next plane. Handles will lock out in the neutral position automatically. Rated loads for the aerial are 500 pounds at the tip while flowing water or not flowing water. The inboard control is your raise lower controller. Pushing it forward will lower the aerial. Pulling it back will raise the aerial. Center control handle is for rotation. Forward will be right movement. Rear will be left movement. On the outboard, we have the extend retract control. Forward will be extending the aerial. Rear will be retracting the aerial. You have the capability of running 3 functions at a time. In addition to the load manager, we also offer a load chart located on the side of the aerial. The load chart is reading angle, reach, and loads that can be placed on the aerial.